The Second World War is a story we think we know. It's a vast and sprawling epic of heroism and sacrifice, of great battles and monumental decisions that shaped the modern world. We remember the beaches of Normandy, the frozen steppes of Stalingrad, the mushroom clouds over Japan. But beneath this well-known history lies a darker, more chilling narrative, a story whispered in the shadows, a secret so profound and disturbing it was deliberately buried for decades. In the quiet fields of occupied Manchuria, there existed a covert installation known only by its codename, Unit 731. This is the story of a place where the lines between science and savagery were not just blurred, but erased. The story of Unit 731 begins not on the battlefield, but in the mind of a single ambitious army surgeon named Shiro Ishii. A microbiologist with a fervent belief in the power of germ warfare, Ishii was a man driven by a chilling vision. He saw biological weapons not as a deterrent but as a decisive tool for imperial expansion. In the early 1930s, as Japan's military ambitions grew, Ishii tirelessly lobbied the highest echelons of the army. He argued that Japan, a nation poor in natural resources, could overcome its more powerful adversaries by developing low-cost, high-impact weapons of mass destruction. In 1932, with the backing of the Minister of War, Ishii was authorized to begin his research. Japan's recent invasion and occupation of Manchuria provided the perfect solution. The operation was officially designated the Epidemic Prevention and Water Purification Department of the Kwantung Army, a deliberately innocuous name designed to conceal its true, horrific purpose. Under this deceptive banner, Ishii and his hand-picked team of scientists set out to create an industrial-scale biological warfare program. To house this monstrous enterprise, a massive state-of-the-art complex was constructed in the Pingfang district, just south of the city of Harbin in occupied Manchuria. The facility was completed around 1938, a city unto itself, sprawling over 6 square kilometers, comprising more than 150 buildings. From the outside, it might have looked like any other large military base: administrative offices, barracks, storage depots. It even had its own Shinto shrine, movie theater, and an airfield. But at its heart lay a series of heavily fortified structures designed for a singular, sinister purpose. The central and most infamous part of the Pingfang complex was a pair of large, interconnected prison blocks, buildings 7 and 8. It was here that the human test subjects, the Maruta, were held. These buildings were designed to be inescapable fortresses, with heavy steel doors, reinforced concrete walls, and electrified fences. This was the raw material warehouse for Ishii's factory, a place where hundreds and eventually thousands of people would enter, but never leave. The experiments conducted within the walls of Unit 731 represent some of the most depraved acts ever committed in the name of science. The researchers, led by Ishii, pursued their work with a cold, methodical detachment, meticulously documenting the suffering they inflicted. A primary focus was vivisection without anesthesia. Prisoners were deliberately infected with diseases like plague and syphilis, and then dissected while still alive. Another area of intense study was the effect of extreme environmental conditions on the human body. In the brutal Manchurian winters, prisoners were forced outside with their arms exposed, while technicians periodically doused them with cold water until their limbs were frozen solid. The doctors would tap the frozen arms with a stick, listening for the sound of solid wood. Prisoners were locked in high-pressure chambers until their eyes burst from their sockets. They were spun in giant centrifuges to see how much G-force a human could endure before dying. Some were injected with animal blood, others with air to create embolisms, still others with seawater to see if it could serve as a substitute for saline.